Lexi. Disappointing not to get the win down in Adelaide on the weekend, but there must have been a lot of positives to take from pushing a team like the Crows to get within 2 points there in the end as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's our that's obviously we started the season really well, and that's our third loss of the year. So we are obviously very devastated to not get the win away, but a lot of learnings to take from the game. And although we walked away feeling pretty disappointed, there was a lot of hope for the group that we wanted to play, that we played footy the way we wanted to play, especially since our last appearance against them was so different to how we played on the weekend. I think the group really is proud of the way we showed up. We're able to defend the ground and move the ball the way we wanted to. So, yeah, lots to take from the weekend, but much more hope than anything.
Does it give you belief when you're in the contest? And for a long time there, it was goal for goal. Sort of, I don't think Believe really got out much more than 8-10 points at any stage there. That you were able to match it in those little moments. Yes, across the game it was only 2 points, but throughout the game it was close throughout. How much confidence does that give the team?
Yeah, I think we really have been working hard to eliminate another team's momentum, and that really tested us on the weekend, especially coming out kicking 2 goals quite quickly. But we've done it before. We've been able to stop teams' momentum, so we really truly had belief that no matter how far a team got in front of us, we were able to pull that back, especially playing as a collective. We couldn't really rely on individual moments or individual sort of performances to pull us through, and we all had to come through together. So I think we sort of knew that we could come back from a 1 or 2 goal advantage and then just try and even it up at the contest. Yeah.
What's the key to making the most of when the team does have momentum? I know you were able to get on the end of one that kind of rolled over the back and got a foot on it, but in terms of making the most of those inside 50 entries and trying to get a bit more scoreboard pressure, what's the key to that going forward, especially ahead of a big game this weekend against the Roos?
Yeah, I think Scott does a really good job of looking at the stats and looking at what correlates against wins and time of possession and total pressure, I guess. So being able to really execute that and keep the ball in our forward half and then inside forward 50 just obviously places so much pressure on their defensive system that when they eventually get the ball, they're already under so much pressure to sort of get it out of their hands. So being able to keep it into our front half will be super important this weekend, not only just to, I suppose, have better scoring shots, but to show that we are there to play, essentially. Yeah.
Obviously not having Ali there on the weekend, I think it'll be touch and go whether you get it back this week, but what does that mean in terms of your own role, and do you almost relish the opportunity to, I know you'd love to be playing with Ali, but to have a bit more responsibility around the contest, the stoppages and things like that as well? Yeah,
no, Ali's obviously a huge part of our team. She's an All-Australian ruck, so we absolutely admire her. Obviously I loved the weekend being able to step up and play as a primary ruck and play more forward time, and hopefully we can get Ali up for the weekend. But I think what we did on the weekend, able to play as a team. So even if we lose, Soph Hurley or Morph, or even if Chloe goes down, I think everyone steps up, which has been truly amazing on the weekend to see that we have such big roles out of our team, and we're all able to sort of pitch in an extra 5% to make up for stuff that we sort of lose there.
North Melbourne this weekend, as I mentioned before, obviously they don't get much. It doesn't get much tougher of a challenge than that. We've seen across the competition they've been pretty formidable this year. Most people are predicting them to go undefeated across the year. I mean, how do you approach a challenge like that this week when clearly they're the benchmark team of the competition? Is it about, improving from the last time the team played them? What's the key goal, do you think, this week?
We haven't really dove too much into what's going on this weekend. I think we'll review the game on the weekend first and then we'll go into this weekend. But all respect to North, they're a phenomenal team, and they're obviously undefeated and previous premiers for a reason, so we have to sort of respect that as well. I think going into this weekend, we just want to fight. The odds aren't going to be probably for us, and we're happy with that. Like, we hunt, and that's what we do so well as a team. I think when we're really pushing for something and when the odds aren't in our favour is when we just absolutely go for it. So this weekend I just have full faith in the girls to just go out there and just bring effort and intensity, and everyone plays their role. And if we connected as a group, I think that's more important than anything out there.
Scott's mentioned that mentality over the last couple of weeks, that maybe the first few weeks after the good start you guys were the hunted, but now you get a chance to be the hunters. Is that something that you think this team really enjoys?
I love, and I think the girls love as well, being the hunters. Being the hunted is something probably not quite as comfortable for us because there's a bit of a target on our back, but we love just being able to grunt and chase. The hunted obviously has its privileges and it's an opportunity, but yeah, I think this group really loves that sort of underdog mentality, and that's probably why we had so much success in 2023, is because we sort of had no right, and we did go out there and we just played with such fierce and freedom mentality.
obviously a really fun story from last weekend was seeing Sarah make her debut after so long. Obviously spent time as sort of the water runner last year, played in Sample and finally gets her opportunity at 29. How fun was it to see her get that chance to play in the W for the first time?
Yeah, Sarah Steele Park is just one of a kind human. She's one of the most caring and genuine souls I've really ever met. So I was so proud. And like, she had come over for dinner that night, and when she told me that she was debuting, like I almost felt like I was debuting again, like I was about to cry. But it was so awesome to see her go out and play her game. And you know, credit to her, she actually did so well on the weekend. Like we come up against a really quality opposition, and she stood her own so well. So I'm super proud of her, and just have all her family around and see her really take in, I guess, the true momentum of a debut. Just seeing where she had come from to then making the game, being named in the team was just unreal. And to be with her, I guess, last year as well, you don't sort of realise how much time and effort and love she put into the program before. So I feel like making her debut was as much all of ours, because we've been with her the whole way.